afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Fishing with Steve. You join me in session. I'm up in Brookhall again. Haven't been here since April. I'm running another carp session. So just thought I'd get up here. It was kind of an impromptu session that I was getting up for. So I didn't get to film any of the usual stuff of me driving and setting up and all the usual stuff. I just thought I'd get up here, get myself set up. When I arrived at the venue, there was a lad pulling off the car park swim that I wanted to get back into, and I just said I'm going to jump in here as quick as I can and get myself organised. So didn't get a chance to film the setup or anything like that. So, but yeah, 3 rods out on the dance floor. Since I was here last in April, the weed has shot up. There's nearly 4 foot of weed in this section. So I found 3 clear spots, 2 really clear. I said we got a right hand rod, it's just off the island. Lovely little spot, probably about 6 inches of weed, surrounded by 4 foot of weed all the way around it, probably the size of a dinner table. And then over the far bay, I found 2 clear spots. One, probably a rod length off a bush. It's perfectly clear, 3.3 foot deep, and it's clear as a whistle. No weed there at all. And then I found another really clear spot. Again, only probably the size of 2 foot across, in a little depression at about 3.8 feet. And that's just off the far, kind of just off the far bank by about a rod length as well. So yeah, listen, 2 clear spots like that in a place that's full of weeds. Hopefully they're clear because that's where the fish are feeding. They haven't spawned here yet, and it's a bit unusual. Mill Lodge, that was just down the road, they spawned a couple of weeks ago, but there's been no spawning activity here yet. There hasn't been any reported anyway. Met Rob McMaster's as well, and picked up new sets of alarms off him, so we're not going to have any more issues with alarms that we had on our last session. So I've got a new set of Delcom TXIs, Delcom swingers. So yeah, looking forward to using them now. Loaded up the reels, a new line as well, new Exocet, Fox Exocet line, 18 pound. So yeah, new line, new alarms. So we can christen them now with a couple of fish. The place is absolutely filled with bird life. It's great to see. All the little chicks, cygnets. Looking forward to actually another couple of nights. Just good to get out of the house, get some fishing done. Good morning, lads. Just gone 7:10. Just about to get a coffee on, but nothing to report through the night fish-wise. All quiet. I was hoping, or I thought that the most likely one to go was going to be that centre rod. I found that lovely clear spot over in the corner, and seeing an old fishtail came out in and around that area in that bay last night around 10 o'clock. So was quietly confident until about 2 o'clock this morning, when our breeding pair of swans, who are very protective over their new cygnets, decided to chase off some other bird life on the lake, whether that be the geese or the coots. They decided to chase them off away from their nest about 2 o'clock this morning and balloon through my centre rod. So tried my best to get back out onto the spot in the dark. But not sure if I got it bang on 100% onto it. So I'm probably just going to redo the rods and probably give it another 20 minutes or so, and then redo all the rods. No shows or anything this morning. Yeah, winds after swinging around southeasterly now, blowing into that corner, into that little bay. So mainly might bring some fish with it. I'll get a coffee on, have a coffee, and regroup for today and see what way I'm going to tackle it. Whether to keep going with the tactics that I'm on, or maybe switch over, because of the heavy weeds, switch over onto zigs and see if we get anything on zigs. have a coffee and get my mind a bit clearer and decide what I'm going to do. Well lads, good evening. We're bivvy bound again. It's raining again. It hasn't stopped raining the whole day, but at least the wind has died off a bit. We had gusts there up to 70 kilometres an hour. It was getting a bit hairy during the day. Breaking the wind and breaking the rain there for about an hour just allowed me to get the rods redone. Right hand rod over beside the island, have it on a zig. Fished about 1.5 foot under the surface. It's about a 3 foot zig. Just thought I'd give it a go on a bit of black foam. See how we get on that one. Middle rod, again, just after the rain stopped, there was another show on that spot that I was talking about from this morning. And again, drove the bait boat over it, found a lovely clear spot. And I've switched over. I was on a 15mm white pop-up, and I switched over to 2 pieces of artificial corn on that one, and a bit of a spod mix and stuff that's out on that. So we'll see how we get on that one. And then the left hand rod is still over in that little bay in the clear spot over there, and that's on the 12mm IRB baits, tropical fruit, TF2s. I was calling them tutti frutti earlier on. I was wrong. Tropical fruit TF2s from IRB baits. Little 12mm pop-ups. So that's on that over there. Using the IRB spod mix as well. So hopefully we might get something before the night time. I'm quietly confident about that spot that I've seen, because there's been a couple of shows. The fish are definitely around there. That's this morning and this evening. Fish have shown themselves over that spot. So I am quietly confident. So if this rain was to stop, it'd be great. It wasn't forecast to keep going at this long. Started raining this morning about 10:30, and it didn't let up until about an hour ago. As I said, I got about an hour break, and now it's back raining again. There was 4 lads on the lake. There's now only 2 of us left. 2 lads pulled off. One of them did have a fish out, which I got a bit of footage of in the middle of the wind and the rain. So yeah, 1 fish out for the few days that they've been here. But I don't like being stuck in a bivvy for the days. There's no point in going out in that. No point whatsoever. It's just gone 4:30, about 50 hours into our session here on Brookhall, and still no carp out yet. I was able to get the drone up in between showers. It's quite sunny now, but it was just had a torrential downpour there a few minutes ago. So yeah, I was able to get the drone up in between showers and see if I could spot any carp, which I did. And I actually had on the middle rod about 6 to 8 carp sitting over the baited area, but not feeding. Up on the surface area, surface layers, just sunbathing. So I was able to redo the rods and drop the bait boat right beside them. Didn't seem to spook them too much. So I got a nice bit of footage with the drone as well. The bait boat dropping off the bait, and I've had 1 or 2 sort of liner beeps on it, but no takes. And there was a couple, 2 or 3 in the corner in the bay as well, where the left hand rod is. But they don't seem to be interested in feeding at all. The majority of them I did see was up kind of over where the stones are, just up there. That's kind of where the majority of the carp were holding up in the thick weed up there. That's where a couple of lads were fishing. So yeah, it's hard to know what to do. They all seem to be sunbathing. No biting seems to be going on at all. And it's definitely carp in the area. Definitely carp in around the swim. Just not feeding. So I'll keep you updated. Probably going to stay one more night. Pack up early tomorrow morning. I have the lake to myself, everyone else has left, which I wasn't expecting. 1 or 2 might turn in today after work. Yeah, at the minute, have the lake, hold the lake to myself, which is why I was able to get the drone up and not disturb anyone. So yeah, keep you posted. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I might get a run, because other than that, I don't know what else I can do. So I'll just down to looking whether they drop down on the feed or not. Morning lads, probably my last update from the bivvy. It's just gone 6:30 and not a touch through the night, not a beep, not even from the bird life for once. Yeah, not a tap. So I don't know, I haven't a clue. For the last 3 nights I've gone to bed thinking, yep, definitely on the spots, you know, definitely going to get a run tonight, but definitely fish around, but didn't get a tap. So I don't know whether they're preoccupied on the naturals in the weed, or presentations are wrong, or some say knowledge is power, others ignorance is bliss. Maybe, I don't know, I knew they were in the swims. I had the drone up, as I said yesterday, all day yesterday. They were all over the spots. They didn't seem to be dropping down on anything, so I think I knew the spots were I was in the right spot, right places, fishing where other people have had fish out of. I don't know, maybe I should have just sat on my hands for a couple of days, knowing that my rigs were right and tactics were right. But it's hard to do that when you've got bait on the spots and you're looking at carp all over them. But instead of, over the last few days, I've tried zigs, tried pop-ups, bottom baits, tried naturals, sweet corn, pop-up corn. I don't know, maybe I should have just sat on my hands, left boilies out there since 2 days, sat on them for 2 or 3 days. It's hard to know. But yeah, it's unfortunately looking like another blank. I'm going to start the slow pack down. Probably not going to pull off the lake till about 9-10 o'clock. We're due a couple of showers in, so I'll let them showers pass before I pack away the bivvy. But I was going to slowly pack down the rest of the gear in hope more than expectation of a run before I go. So I'm going to grab a coffee, start the slow pack up and get over here and back to my wife, who's very patiently let me stay on the extra night. Should have just went home yesterday. Well, I couldn't do it when I seen all them carp all over me. Again, we live in hope. It's the hope that kills you. Right, start getting packed down. I might be back to you with an update with the fish, but I doubt it. But yeah, listen, if I'm not, I'm going to end it here. And as always, thanks for watching. Do subscribe, do like, and catch that bell. And I promise you, at some point, I will catch a fish on this channel. I know it's been 3 episodes without a fish, but at some point, I will catch a carp on this channel. At some point. When I do, it's going to be epic. Believe me, it's going to be epic. But yeah, give a subscribe, like, hit that bell. And hopefully I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, lads, if you're out on the bank, tight lines.